All right, we are live. Yep, we're doing it again, Donnie. Like it or not, Donnie's not a big fan of going live all the time. But we are going live against Donnie's wishes. Got a mega hemlock on there. Not as big around, but it's 16 foot plus. Actually, this one was 19 foot. We cut about 2.5 feet off it, so we're 16.5 feet long. This one, we're looking for 2x8s. Oh, Northern Ontario's tuning in. Minnesota's tuning in. Chicago's tuning in. We got Minnesota, Chicago, Northern Ontario already, Donnie.
How the heck can you get them so quick?
They're right on top of things. These guys don't mess around. We got the best group of subscribers on YouTube. I promise you that. All right, so Ontario. Another Ontario. Ontario, Canada. Jeez, I got to get there. All right, so we got a monster log on, guys. It's a 16-footer. It's a hemlock. It's about 70 years old. This one just came down 2 days ago. We're looking to get, South Bristol, Maine. There he is, Mitch. How are you, buddy? Yeah, we're looking to get 2x8s out of this. The goal for today is to get this one trimmed down into as many roof rafters as we can. Granville, New York, Granville. And then after we get this one trimmed down into 2x8s and possibly a couple 2x4s, we're going to try to, what was the problem? Yeah, I'll go over the mill in a second. We're going to try to rip a bunch of boards down into 1-inch slats that we can put on the inside of our floor system. All right, we got another Minnesota, Halliburton, Ontario, Donnie.
Wow.
Yep, and Minnesota again. And then we're going to rip a bunch of boards next to each other wide into 1 inch so we can get a bunch. Then that's going to hold our blue styrofoam up, if you could picture it on the sides of the floor joists. And it'll be a lot easier to do that ahead of time than once we get the floor joists laid and in place. So I'll give you a quick recap of the mill. So yesterday, I talked to Greg, who'd been working on the mill, and he said, yeah, I know exactly what it is. It's the bolt that holds the starter key is actually a ground. It's not grounded because it's stripped out. So yeah, it was stripped out. We screwed it down. It tried to start, so we thought that was it, and then it never started again. So then we moved another ground. It started, never started again. We moved another ground, didn't start again. We messed with a starter. We messed with about 15 things. Finally, I just shook the wires as I was turning the key, and it started. So somewhere we got a loose connection. Leamington, Maine, nice. We got a loose connection somewhere on those starter, on all the wires that are running in and out of the starter. And the battery did end up charging yesterday too. So eventually, I think we got to go through the wires, but we just don't have time right now. We're going to try to do our best with what we have. And I think Donnie's ordering a new motor for this thing either today or tomorrow. He's either looking at a Honda or a Kawasaki. You guys, what do you think? They said that, I think rough estimate, the Honda's like $4,500 US, and the Kawasaki was like $2,500. So I don't know. I'm a big fan of the Honda. Bill from Pennsylvania. Bill, how are you, buddy? I just saw you up here in Jefferson. We got another one from Ontario, Gravenhurst, Ontario. Ever heard of it?
Never.
I never heard of it. Sounds like an awesome place. Everybody online saying go with a Honda, Donnie.
Really?
Yeah, don't mess around with anything but Honda.
Well,
And you've had good luck with Hondas.
yeah, I mean, Hondas, I think, is
Yeah,
great motor.
it's just money.
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody's saying you only pay for quality once. He's right.
Right.
Starlink.
Yeah, you shouldn't be skimping.
Don't skimp out on a good thing. Canterbury, Connecticut. I think I've been there when I fished Lake. What was the name of that lake? Began with a D. Can't even remember it. I'll remember it soon, but it's like the biggest hydro dam created lake in the U.S., where they actually pump the water up into the lake from the river. It was near Danbury, I thought. But anyway, I'm going to see if I can get the mill going. We're going
Just look at that. Look at the green in that board.
Yeah, what is it, rot?
Well, I don't think it's rot, but it's certainly a stain that's probably going to turn into rot.
Yeah. Something we could use for our project?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Donnie's getting stuff ready for the next round. But this log's going to take us quite a while. This if things go well, I'm gonna trim this thing down pretty nice for you guys, and this will be the best 2x8 you guys have ever seen milled out of this. We should be able to get. I'm hoping to get six 2x8s out of this,
Okay.
maybe a little bit more. You guys near sawmills or can check pricing on us. Find out how much a 2x8 by 16 footer would cost us, because that's what we're going to be milling out of this, and we want to see what kind of value. And then also if you could find out how much a 2x4 by 16 is, because we're going to get some of those out of this too. So, and you could kind of compare it to pressure treated. It's not pressure treated, but it's a lot stronger in the long run than spruce or pine. So it's somewhere between pressure treated and spruce in my opinion. Yep, so I'm gonna set you guys up. We're gonna get our earmuffs and see if we can get this thing started today. There's the log right there. All right, we're looking good. I don't know, Donnie, what do you think? You gonna start?
You wiggle the wires enough.
Do a little wiggling.
Yeah.
What's she need? Does she need water? I can't remember.
I think you just filled it not long ago.
Uh-oh.
Any gas here?
I don't know. I got a gallon.
Huh. That might get us through this.
Seems like I'm always filling this thing.
I know, it burns quite a bit.
Yeah, there's some in there already. Oh yeah, she's full. The gas tank's full and this one's empty. All right, I'm gonna give her a try.
All right.
detonate.
Yeah, we had a little accident.
Yep.
Blade broke.
Blade detonation. Not
Didn't
good.
get much life out of that blade.
No, geez, 2 logs.
Well, they've been sharpened at least once.
Yeah. You think the Amish give money back guarantees?
I doubt it. Boy, take your head off. Get my axe.
They might have it, Donnie. Might. Oh, the last tooth. The last tooth.
Get it? I know.
No, I think he's got a little bend on that last tooth. See it?
Oh, jeez, I can't. I can't swing at it.
There you go.
Can't hit
Here.
it. Yeah, you can hit that one.
Is it coming?
Yeah. Yeah, disappearing. This old mill is getting tired.
Yeah.
The I would say it's probably not going to mill much more.
No. Once I get this cut done, do you want to do those boards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave this two bottom ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll be about a 4-inch.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
The thing come out hard. Well, we broke a blade, guys, as you can see. It happens. These have been sharpened at least. These have already been used at least 2 other times. This might be the 3rd time. So
Yeah.
you're gonna see I change the blade. I'm gonna back her up and change her out.
How many more Amish blades we got?
Not many, unless, well, not many in that pile. There's a bunch laying against the wall.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this is the scariest part right here, getting it from this size up to the full size. There's a little art form to it. That was not it.
You don't want to be around when that's
That's how it's supposed to go. And there's the bandsaw blade.
You got that loose? No. You loose? That way?
You wanna?
That's good.
Well, pretty good?
Yeah.
Man, that thing's got some serious bow to it, Donnie.
Oh, that is?
That 16 footer.
Big hole in.
Yeah. We're gonna have to crown that one for sure.
Oh, yeah. We definitely got some crowning to do.
Yep. So we got the new blade on. We're gonna finish this cut, and then we're gonna do some fancy cuts for you.
That, yeah, I wonder if we'd have rolled this up when it was an 8x8
Don't know.
and cut it.
Yeah.
You don't, but
But how do you know?
We didn't know. Yeah.
Nice 2x4.
That?
Good 2x4.
That's nice 2x4.
Yep. Well, we're gonna temporarily stop on this one that we're milling. We ended up getting 6 2x8s by 16 footers out of it. Pretty excellent. But I left the bottom 4 inches so we have something to push all these boards against, because we need 1 by 1 inch pine boards to use to hold up our blue styrofoam for underneath our floor system on our floor joists. So rather than run them down a table saw one at a time back and forth, we're gonna stack like, I don't know, 6, 8, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 boards together and just run it all at once. So every time we go down, we get 7 at a time, and they'll be uniform and pretty quick that way too. So I'll get this one out of the way. I'm just gonna throw this on there.
Yeah.
We can stack these later. They are heavy.
Super heavy.
Yep. And we're gonna stack these boards next to the 4-inch block that we have, and show you how we cut these down.
We've never done it before.
Let's put a whole slew of them up there, Donnie.
What's that?
Let's put a whole slew of them up there. I'll be able to take them 4 inches. Well, then we can cut our 2-inch, our last 2-inch cut. This is going to save us a ton of time and effort when we're up north building. Pretty square?
Yeah. Not bad. Not bad.
10 inches is the top one. So I'm going to start her at 9-inch and we're going to make 1-inch increments. We can, or I can slide them over and cut them and get 24 1-inch.
Slide them. Yeah.
I just got to get rid of those two.
Right. Right.
Those two. Whatchamacallits.
What do you call those things anyway?
I call them rafters.
You call them rafters?
Yeah.
Oh.
I got a feeling I'm going to be calling them something.
You're going to be calling them worse than that by the time we get them up.
Once they're 20 foot up in the air, I'm going to be calling them something a little different than a rafter.
Right, yeah.
They might get an adjective in front of them.
Yeah, I think they will. Man, they're going to be brutal.
They are heavy. What do you think this one weighs? It's got to be well over 100, right?
It's all two guys really want to lug for very far.
You think it's 150 pounds?
No, I don't think it's that heavy. But I bet it's a good 100.
Like if you had to pick that up on the end,
yeah,
that'd be
it's brutal.
brutal.
This is the time in life that you want to be old, so you don't have to get up on the stage and do this stuff. That's for the young guys to do.
Yep. You are right, Donnie. And I'm really hoping some younger guys show up.
Yeah, I hope they're younger than us, huh?
I'm hoping we get some moose hunters.
Oh, so do you think those are gonna stay all right against that little bit of a lip?
Maybe. We could try it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're experimenting with this. We've never done this before.
We know we're going to get a little bit different size cut. There you go. Yeah,
See, that feels pretty secure.
Yeah.
We missed one.
Yeah. Yeah. Throw her on there. We'll cut the bottom 1 inch off it.
I guess I don't want to put the
I don't know if you can nip an inch with that thing or not.
That's right. Yeah, always the bottom one is a little thicker.
It'll be a little thicker.
What difference does it matter?
It doesn't matter. So I'll make this last cut.
Yeah.
Okay. You need your ear? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got us 25 more.
Yeah. Well, we're going to put this mill to bed for today. We got a tropical depression or some doggone thing coming up from this hurricane that's been out in the Atlantic. So we got to cover up the mill and get things put away here. So we haven't had one of these depression for quite a while, but I think it's going to hit more east of where we are, the way they're talking. So
No,
it
I'm
shouldn't
not
be
too
too
worried
bad
about it.
here. Shouldn't be too bad. But
No, I'm not too worried about it.
Happen tomorrow, and
The last time we faced a Lee in the north, we sent him packing.
that's right.
The Appomattox courthouse.
Oh boy.
Don't get offended, my southern followers. I know you guys are still upset about the Civil War. But yeah, we got Hurricane Lee coming in, and the Maine has done pretty well against Lees in the past.
Yeah.
All right, so we just had a price up. We just had a price come in, Donnie. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, where is it? The cost of 2x4 by 16s $8.85. Pressure treated $15.
Really?
Yeah, the cost of a 2x8 by 16 spruce is $15.55. Pressure treated $27.
Ah, yeah.
So we just got 6 out of that log.
Yeah. Right.
So somewhere in between $16 and $27. So
yeah. Probably took us what, an hour and a half.
Yeah,
roughly
this
to
is
mill
saying an
all
hour and 15 since we started.
Yeah.
So it would have been a little bit less than an hour to mill that one log.
Yeah. So it's, if you figure our time as nothing, which we're not worth too much, I think we're ahead of the game by milling it rather than by buying it.
Yep, I'm gonna check out Donnie. I'd vote for you for president. Doesn't matter the party.
Yeah, we don't want to get into politics.
Somebody said that.
We never want to talk about politics or religion.
Or women. Somebody said that sucker is slow, but glad she's up and running, and you're making feet boards. That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
I could noticeably tell the difference today.
Yeah.
We lost some serious horsepower.
We lost some power.
Somebody wants a Hornet update.
Oh man, yeah, show them the.
Jesus!
Nest.
All right, I'm gonna go over.
I don't know how active it is.
It's active.
It's cooler today.
No, I was watching them earlier, Donnie. Yeah. They asked me to stick my finger in the nest.
Right.
See what's in there. Oh, one just buzzed right in. All right, there it is, guys. You keep an eye on that opening. Guess what? You're gonna see something coming out of there in a minute.
Well, it isn't quite as active as it was that hot day.
No. I just saw one fly in.
Yeah.
Oh, another one. White-faced hornets, they call them.
Oh, they are nasty.
You think? What do you think would happen if I stuck my finger in there?
I don't know. Go ahead, try it. I'll hold that machine you got in your hand.
Yeah.
Record all that.
I bet I wouldn't do it twice. Oh, another one coming in.
I remember the other day when I was restacking this pile of boards over here. I noticed something hit me, and I brushed it quick, and it was one of these suckers. But he didn't sting me, so that's when I really noticed the nest.
That nest has grown.
Oh yeah,
It's doubled in the last week.
Yeah.
Wayne Jones collects these. You suppose we ought to bring this one over to him?
Yeah, live.
As is?
Yeah. We could smuggle that into his garage.
We'll put it in his sugar shack. Tell him we left him a present. Wayne, if you're watching this, we got one for you. Donnie and I milled out this stump yesterday for sitting on. Donnie, we got a couple more comments come through for you. I hope I have half Donnie's energy when I'm as young as he is.
I still feel young at heart.
We got one viewer watching from Parrish, New York. They're saying it's a good looking afternoon. Better get some mill before the rains. Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
Blade broke. We got a guy from Wisconsin watching.
Yeah.
They want to know what we did to get the motor running. So yesterday, it was just a calamity of errors on that motor, but it ended up being you have to shake the motor, the wires, and the wire harness
From the switch to
from the ignition switch to where it goes into the motor. So definitely a loose nut behind the wheel somewhere, and that was the problem yesterday. What's the forecasted rain totals for this weekend, Donnie, in Maine?
right now where we are, which is central Maine, we're down near, well, probably what, 35 miles from the coast, inland,
Yep.
in the Cust area. They're only predicting like ½ inch of rain, but gusty winds, 40 to 50 maybe.
Yep.
But down east, down in Washington County, down by Calais and Eastport, they're supposed to get from 2 to 4 inches of rain and strong winds. So I imagine there's a lot of lobstermen over that way. They're taking their boats out, or have been taking their boats out the last couple of days.
We got a couple of Vermonters watching.
Yeah.
Kyle asked, does hemlock have a smell like when you rip pine or cedar?
It has a slight smell to it, but not a strong smell. It's not an offensive smell, but it's not like pine. Cedar obviously is the best, so aromatic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's
I'd go,
great stuff.
for me, I'd probably go cedar then spruce.
Yeah.
I like that spruce,
Yeah.
and then pine.
Yeah. Does Vermont have any cedar there?
Geez, I don't know.
Maybe the viewer that's viewing from Vermont can answer that one.
Yeah.
But we don't have any in this particular area, but down near the coast of some and more inland and up northern part of Maine, there's a bunch of cedar.
Yeah, we kind of missed out on them.
Yeah.
Spruce and cedar here.
Yeah.
We got a fellow watching from Pittston, Maine. And all that lumber pricing was from Barry, Vermont.
Okay.
Is that how you say that? Barre, Barry?
I believe so.
Bar,
Yeah,
Barry. Yep. Yep. But they said Godspeed with a storm, building, and life. So, yep.
Yeah.
So we're
Amen to that.
we're looking at like Donnie said, we're looking at close to. They had us at an inch of rain here. They're dropping it down to half.
Yeah.
So it's not looking good for tomorrow, but man, they're talking like 78, 79 on Sunday. So we don't have the big tractor today. Greg took the tractor so he could tie it to his outbuilding because his last hurricane, the outbuilding went by the way of Dorothy's Witch.
It's a big tent type outbuilding, and
Huge tent.
it took a real beating.
Yeah, so he ties it down to the machine now. So we're gonna have the machine back here on Sunday.
Yeah.
I got to go get a alignment on my truck. I just put some new rubbers on it. So
Joey, looks like if the temperature's up around 70 tomorrow, your ice cream shop could be busy.
tomorrow we got to get some rain.
I mean on Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday.
Sunday we'll be selling some ice cream. So, but Donnie and I will probably be over here at the mill because with
gotta
these
do
6.
a few more of these.
Geez, how many more of these do we need? We just got 6 more.
I think we gotta
3,
get about 23 total.
23 total.
Yeah.
And I count 7, 8, 9, 10.
The first 2 rows.
Yeah.
I think we got about 10 in that pile.
They have cedar
So
in Vermont.
16. So probably we need about 7 or 8 more.
Yeah, they just
Which
reported.
we can get it. We got a nice log up over there, or a couple nice logs.
I got to take a 4x4 out of one of those.
Right, a 6x6.
I mean a 6x6.
But there's another one up top.
Yeah, and does that need to be 14 or 16?
16.
Okay. Yep. So they do have cedar in Vermont.
Okay.
They want to know what the top selling flavor at the ice cream shop is.
Oh boy,
Jeez.
you know that better than I.
Well, it's.
I know how to eat it, but I don't know what's the best.
Donnie's been hammering the ice cream pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I hired him on as my quality control expert. So every day he's got to test a different flavor if he likes.
Chocolate lovers chocolate is a big favorite.
Yeah, Donnie's been hammering that.
People.
He's been hammering the Maine Black Bear since.
Yeah, which is a raspberry
Yeah.
swirl with what?
Vanilla.
Vanilla base.
Raspberry swirl, chocolate covered raspberry cups.
Yeah.
And then Moose Tracks is always a big one. That's got a fudge swirl and vanilla with chocolate covered peanut butter cups. But the number one seller by far, you guys are going to want to sit down for this one because you're not going to believe it. Vanilla.
I believe it.
But it goes in everything. It goes in your banana splits. A lot of your hot fudge sundaes has vanilla base. It goes in root beer floats. A lot of milkshakes come out vanilla. So that's our number one seller. Number two is chocolate. Then number three is chocolate lovers. Number four is coffee.
Really?
Yep, coffee. Yep. Number five is moose tracks. Number six is mint chocolate chip. And then after that, it kind of blurs in.
Huh.
Yep, strawberries up there. Black raspberries up there.
Okay. But
Yep.
you got how many flavors you carry?
Jeez, so this year's our worst year ever because Gifford's is who makes it here in Maine, and they had a fire on February 2nd and lost their factory. So it's been a struggle this year, but we're holding strong right around 33 flavors. On a good year, on a regular year, we're at 60 flavors. Yeah,
Wow. That's quite an inventory to carry.
yeah. And
and
you still get people who get upset.
It's quite an inventory for people to decide what the heck they want.
I know it.
You
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
Yeah.
Next year, when we get all the flavors back, I'm gonna put a spinner wheel.
Oh, and then with a pointer
every
on it.
with every flavor.
Good
For the
idea.
people who can't
Oh, that
decide,
would
they
be-
can spin the wheel.
That would be a great idea.
Bow season starts tomorrow in Wisconsin
Oh, wow.
for deer.
Okay.
Holy crap!
There is a bow season. Doesn't it start here in Maine in September? The end of September?
Yeah, I think it does, or in October.
I'm not up on that.
No, it's in
'cause
October. Remember, Pat chased after that giant.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, Pat
right.
chased after the biggest deer. The
I
Donnie.
was with him, and I can testify to the fact.
It was the biggest deer
biggest deer
Donnie's
I've
ever
ever
seen in
seen.
his life, right in front of the truck during moose season, and it was open to bow hunting.
Right.
And our good buddy Pat had a homemade bow and arrow that you'd have at like 6 years old.
Yeah, he had built this thing as I guess a
I don't know.
primitive. It's pretty primitive.
Pretty primitive. He took
Yeah.
a shoestring out, I think, or bootlace as
Yeah.
a string.
Yeah, he got all tangled up.
Yeah,
in-
had a couple blue jay feathers for fletching.
Yeah.
And he went after this mega buck. And
With
it
a
had
four-pointer.
four
It was
pointer
running
with
with
it,
a
yeah.
4-pointer.
Yeah.
But this was, honest to God, it was a huge thing.
Biggest deer Donnie's ever seen in his life. He's 81. And Pat couldn't see the big boy, but expanded started the 15th
Oh, okay.
in archery zones of September.
Yeah.
Okay. So then that's in the expanded zones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so Pat went after this mega one with his bow and arrow set up, and the 4-pointer was standing like 10, 15 feet away. He took a whack at that, and the arrow knuckled like Tim Wakefield, went right over the thing and hit a tree and splintered.
Yeah.
And then that was the end of that story.
That was the end of that chase.
Yeah, and then they looked for 2 days to try to find the spot.
We couldn't find the same road that we were on. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
We drove around trying to figure out where the heck were we.
Yeah, they drove for 2 days after that trying to find the
And
spot.
of course, we didn't mark it because we don't have any reception up there for for GPS, and we didn't. We just couldn't get back to it.
That was the funniest thing.
Oh,
Pat's
my.
still haunted by that big buck.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fella Kyle came back on that was asking about how hemlock smells. He missed
Oh boy.
he missed our answer. So
Oh, it doesn't. It has an odor, but not an offensive odor.
yeah,
I can't really describe it. It's not
It's a tough
like
one,
cedar
yeah.
or a pine or spruce. It's not as strong as that.
I'd say it's halfway between like spruce and pine maybe,
Yeah,
but not on the better side.
but it's not, as I say, not offensive. I don't
Yeah.
mind the smell of it.
No, I don't either. It is distinct though. You know when it's
yeah,
when it's
right,
hemlock. It's,
right. If you had to do a smell test,
Yeah.
you could definitely pick it out.
Yeah, it'd be kind of fun to set that up,
It
like
would,
like
have different woods
a
and-
blind smell
Yeah,
test.
Yeah,
Do a little blind taste
Yeah.
test.
yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, we'll get a beaver for the blind taste test,
Yeah.
and then you and I can do the blind smell test. I bet we'd be pretty good at it
Yeah.
from milling.
But this hemlock, in construction, you don't want to have it perfectly dry because it's so miserable to work with.
Yeah.
Nailing, if you were hand nailing, it would be much harder. It splits a lot
Yeah.
when it's perfectly dry. But we don't have to worry about that. This is going to be pretty damp.
I
So
remember about 20 years ago, we were building Greg's woodshed,
yeah,
and he had 10 by 10 hemlocks for the post, and they were fairly dry, and we had 14-inch nails that were like the diameter, a little bit smaller than your thumb, probably your finger.
yeah.
And I remember he drove one wrong, and he told me to try to go pull that out.
Oh my God,
And
you
there's
can't.
no pulling it out.
You pull the head right off the nail.
Yeah, we had like a 4-foot crowbar, and we
Yeah.
could not get that nail.
No.
We ended up just cutting it.
Oh, they really hold nails.
Yeah, be a fun trick though, seeing somebody try to pull nails
Yeah, right.
out of this.
Yeah.
Even a spike would be hard to pull out of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, we'll Donnie and I are on here for a little while longer. We'll take a few more questions, and then we got some serious stacking to do with this lumber. All this got to go over there, and it looks like a pretty easy job, but it's not. I'm gonna tell you right now, those things are well over 100 pounds each.
Yeah.
As far as hunting season's going in Maine right now, bear's been open for, she's been probably
bear over
since
bait.
the first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they hunt with dogs at some point in time.
I gotta believe it's going on now because she said at the gate. Remember Chris at the gate said a bunch of dogs came through that were barking.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, we'll take some questions right now, guys, on anything you guys want to hear from Donnie or the building process or the project itself. The first leg of the trip for the project's just going to be Donnie and I. We're going to go out and take our time, really working hard to get the box, the lower box, plumb,
Square and plumb and
square, and level.
And which is going to take some time. We're building it off cement pads. We're not sinking any kind of a foundation. It's going to sit on a base of shale, which we hauled in, and also on top of the shale we hauled in good gravel.
Yeah.
So it's going to sit on that, and I expect the first year there probably will be a little bit of movement in the building.
Yeah.
With frost and stuff. And next summer we probably will have to check it and level it up a little bit. But
Yeah.
I think it's going to hold really well because shale makes a heck of a base.
Yeah.
When it's settled in and packed down. They use it a lot in the roads that they build in the North Maine woods. And it's wicked hard on tires. It's sharp, pointed. You know, it's a stone, and they break it up with huge excavators and into smaller pieces. But it makes a heck of a road base. It's the best.
Yeah. They want to know an estimated time on when we can get that roughed in.
Depends a lot on
the
how
crew.
ambitious we are and the weather. The weather obviously is a factor. You know, if we get a lot of rain and stuff, but we hope to have it closed in by, I'm guessing probably by the middle of October.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
And then the next question was, how long do you let the wood dry for?
Well, this normally we would let this wood dry for probably close to a summer.
Yeah.
But we've been up against it. You know, we've worked at the milling process when we can. You know, we got other duties, and we're not always here steadily. And then we had a lot of mill problems with breakdowns and stuff, so that set us behind. So we got pretty green, obviously, we got pretty green lumber, which we're going to use. And we figure we're going to wait on the insulation of the building because we got to let this dry out. And we will have a wood stove in there and probably a propane heater of some sort, and we're going to run that probably for at least a month, and let this wood dry out really well before we tuck insulation in, and because we don't want to trap any moisture in the walls.
No.
And So that's the game plan, and we hope to use this at some point this winter to go up there and do a little antler hunting, and well, the moose usually drop their antlers in December and January, and there's a lot of people that enjoy doing the same thing that we're going to enjoy about finding them.
Ice fishing,
And ice fishing
snowmobiling.
also. Yeah, there's a lot of ponds and lakes in that area, which obviously I haven't ever fished, and I don't think Joe has ever.
I never
fished
have
in it.
either. They want to know what we're doing for a roof.
We're putting a metal roof on. There's an Amish community, probably what, an hour and a half away, 2 hours away.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably 2 hours
Yeah.
away. So that's once we get the rafters up and tied in, we'll go get our metal roofing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can guess what color it's going to be, but I know exactly what color it's going to be.
It's gonna be pink. No. So one thing we will do for you on this project is we're gonna post the plans. Donnie drew up the plans, geez, probably a year and a half ago when this started to come into fruition. So we'll post the plan so you guys can follow along with that. And then we'll also post his material list. And then I think I'm gonna post like an ongoing just cost, like a running cost on what the project's costing us and stuff. A lot of people don't, for some reason, like to share or talk about that, but I got no problem saying what anything costs.
What the heck?
Yep. So
and we were thinking of trucking all this stuff up by trailer from here and hauling it up that way. Well, we did that on the boards, and it was one heck of a job. We had a huge weight factor on the trailer. It was pretty scary, obviously, to be honest with you. So we've hired a local lumber yard to truck our material up, and they're going to come here and load it probably sometime Monday afternoon, and we plan on heading up on Tuesday morning.
Nice. We got some comments on the color of the roof. So Small Fish Big Pond said it's gonna be red or green. Go plaid and green.
Oh, I can tell you right now what color. It's going to be definitely green.
The Vermonter said green.
Yeah.
Brian said green. Woodchuck Man wants to know what pitch on the roof are you going for? So tell him. I mean, we got some serious snow in this area.
Yeah, there is some serious snow. We're going with a 10-pitch roof.
Yeah.
Which means if you go in horizontally 12 inches, you go up 10 inches. That's like a 10-pitch roof.
Yeah.
So, and that's a good pitch. Usually a lot of the roofs in New England, or the older houses anywhere, are 12 pitch, which is a 45-degree pitch. So,
and 10 with the metal ought to slide that snow right off.
It won't stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna be pretty high off the ground. The peak will be up there, I think.
Yeah. We got a full, I think 8 foot. I think the walls, when they are going to be about 8'3" or 8'4", and then which is a pretty high wall, and we are going to have cross ties. It's going to be cathedral in one part of the building, and we're going to have a loft area in the other part of the building. So where we're going to have a cathedral ceiling, we're going to cut some spruce poles and tie across the 20-foot area span to tie the walls together.
And a farmer's porch.
And the farmer's porch will be, on the outside, obviously, of that.
Yep, 10, 12 pitch is what we got, guys. Any other building questions? You got the man right here that knows exactly what's going on.
I think I do. If I don't know, I'll give an answer anyway.
That's not true. But yeah, if you guys have any more building questions or any questions for Donnie, fire away. It's starting to get a little breezy out here, as you can see.
The clouds are coming in.
Yep.
It's outskirts, obviously, of what's going to happen.
Yeah. I'll give you guys like an update on what we're planning on doing for videoing is if you followed my channel in the past, it's kind of like a vlog, like a video log or video blog when we go ice fishing. So you get like a day by day and you get the whole day right from breakfast till dinner with everything in between, all the highlights of the day. So that's one thing I'm going to really try to do on this channel. And then on the other channel, the JH Rough Cut one, I'll try to do a little bit more specific stuff in there. So like we'll show you how we build the box. We'll show you how we hang floor joists and roof rafters and how we board up walls and what we use for tools. And I got a trailer full of brand new Milwaukee tools. So we're going to also do
All battery powered.
Oh yeah, we're all
my.
battery powered.
State of the art.
State of the art. So we'll give you reviews on those and let you know which ones are good and which ones are junk. But a couple more questions came in, Donnie, for you. One guy wants to know, how long ago was your first build?
I started building in 1970.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that'd be
And I
53
worked
years
at it
ago.
for 38 years before I retired. The first building I ever built was in my hometown, Jefferson, and it was a post and beam building, a two-story post and beam where the owner had a mill, and we sawed out all the timbers, and I gambled and I took, I pre-cut and put together the building on the ground before we even erected it. And believe it or not, obviously we had to have a crane to lift a lot of the timbers. And not to brag, because I'm not a bragger, but things went together pretty doggone good.
I noticed you don't gamble anymore.
Right. So, but that was the first house, and I've over the 38 years, I've built many. And I've also done a lot of remodeling, putting sills under barns, building kitchen cabinets. I kind of did the whole thing.
Yeah.
Rather than, up here in the country, you don't get so specified. Like the city or close to the suburbs, you'd have a team come in and do just the framing. Then you'd have another team come in and do just the finish work, and so forth and so on. But up here, when you're a carpenter, you kind of have to learn to do everything.
Mm.
So that's what I did, and I didn't think I was going to do that as life career, but I went to college and took mechanical engineering, which obviously did help me in building construction as far as loads and so forth. But my passion was for building, and because you're doing something different all the time. You're not just doing one phase of it, which I liked. I didn't like repetition. I like the challenge of doing something different.
Yeah, I can't imagine roofing every day.
No, I can't either. I can't imagine.
Oh, but it is worth doing because then you can respect the guys that do roof.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah. I've done many roofs. Yeah, only got scared on one.
which one was that?
Oh man, it was a full two-story, you know, and we were doing a dormer on the building, a full-length dormer,
Jeez.
and we were up there in the air, and we had to lug shingles up a ladder, a
Jeez.
bundle at a time, and throw them up over the dormer. Well, I got to the top of the ladder, and the bundle of shingles had kind of drooped over my shoulder, and I just worked my butt off to try to get that to come, and I couldn't do it. In the process of trying to do it, it went to the ground.
No way.
Bundle. And I was scared to death that it was going to hit the bottom of my ladder and
Oh
that
my
out.
gosh.
But yeah, that was pretty hairy. But we used to have competitions. I had two guys that worked for me when I was young, and we could see how many bundles of shingles we could lug up at a time. And I could get 3 bundles.
Jeez.
but that was really it was kind of fun. But you needed somebody at the top of the ladder to obviously help you get along.
Yeah.
So, but we had little competitions here and there about different things.
Makes it fun.
Yeah, it makes it fun and makes the time go by, and
Yeah.
it doesn't interfere too bad with your building process.
No.
So,
It's minor.
yeah. Well, that's the extent of my knowledge.
Yep. Well, I haven't seen any other questions come through.
All right. Well, we probably will pick up now and.
I can leave it rolling and let
Yeah,
these
leave
guys
it
watch
rolling.
us stack these, because it's always fun watching someone else work. I've noticed that a lot of times at the ice cream shop. I'll be out there working
I
on.
can sit in a chair
Yeah,
watching
Donnie watches
dip
them
ice
work,
cream.
and then I'll a lot of times I'll be out there mowing the lawn or working on the gardens or on the property somewhere, and it just makes everybody enjoy their ice cream a little bit more when they get to watch someone else work. So I'm gonna set this camera up here and let you guys watch us work carrying these big heavy 2x8 16 footers that the tree was standing 2 days ago. So Donnie and I are gonna carry them and stack them right here.
This was the lightest one.
Yeah, must have been a center cut.
Yeah. Yeah, this one is pretty, not so bad.
This is the lightest one so far.
Yeah, probably a center cut of the tree.
Yep. Yeah, they all got a little crown nose.
Yeah.
Dang it. Got some of it out. This might be the thick one.
This could be serious.
That's the thick one.
Yeah.
Bottom cut. Well, let's set her this way.
Get some more stickers.
Why'd you bring that 2x4 back?
Oh, I was thinking when we got down low,
Oh, okay.
I put the 2x4 down and the boards on top of it.
Yeah.
But the way you did it was better.
Four more, Donnie. This one's got teeth to it. That one's got some weight to it.
We got the mark on it.
Anytime you get near the bar, you know she's heavy. This one's heavy.
I sure hope we can get all these on the truck.
I know it.
If we can.
We're in trouble.
We're gonna have to trailer.
Yeah, I'll probably only pay him once. One more. Oh, getting better every day. Ready?
I think I'll get some pin put on these.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll grab that 2x4.
Oh yeah.
I'll throw that 2x4 on there.
Throw it this one. Right on here.
2x4?
Yeah,
Where do you want it?
right on this pile. Yeah, we had this metal given to us, so it makes a great material to cover up these piles with. Oh yeah, that's a raw caca.
Yeah, with all that, we got to cover them. We got some wind coming, guys. So we like to cover the lumber so it doesn't suck in the rain from the top, but we leave the sides open so it can get some airflow still. We got some serious serial wind coming tonight and tomorrow with Hurricane General Lee coming. Hurricane Robert E. Lee is coming to Maine to get defeated by the North once again.
All right. I guess we'll cover up the mill.
Yeah, we ought to cover that mill up.
Yep.
I don't know how much more life it's got, but we don't want it to end on our term, on our duty. So we're gonna cover up the mill. We put coffee cans over the mufflers since it's just half straight pipe, no mufflers, so water doesn't get down in the heads. And then we're gonna put a tarp around it too. What was wrong with the mill? So the mill, it ended up being this wire and harness right here coming off the ignition. It's working right now, but I had to shake that, and I guess it was super hot and melted some, and Greg thought it might have been the ground, so we changed out like 2 or 3 grounds, and we hooked it up to his truck, and I don't know, that whole having to jump start it too happened around that same time, so I guess the alternator wasn't getting any juice either. So I guess it was just bad wiring, or hot wires, or loose wires is what it was. I'm gonna go back through and check for any questions. Yeah, key switch to start, exactly. Yeah, just wiggled it because we're not taking it apart as of right now. Acushnet, Massachusetts. That's pretty cool. Windsor, Maine. That's right up the road, Mike.
Yeah.
Windsor, Maine, they're watching from.
Yeah.
Yep. So let us know where you guys are tuning in from. Donnie loves hearing, where everybody's tuning in from. I do too. It's kind of neat
I
to
can't
hear.
believe Ontario.
We got quite a few watching from Ontario right now.
I can't believe it.
Andrew Harris is watching from Colorado.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. We're quite a bit different than Colorado. We got a few from Mass, a few from the local area,
Yeah.
but mostly it's spread out.
Yeah.
Yep. Anybody out of the country right now? I know we got some Canadians watching, but let us know where you're watching from. Donnie loves to hear that. And yeah, and then we're gonna close down the mill for the day. Originally from Connecticut,
Ah.
but he's in Colorado now.
Yeah.
Merrimack, New Hampshire.
Huh.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
That's a nice area.
Yeah.
New Hampshire's a pretty state.
Yeah.
It doesn't Cape Breton, Nova Scotia.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
Cape Breton and Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
I've never been there. You have?
Oh, yeah.
I never have.
Beautiful up there.
Is it?
It is gorgeous. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. We camped out going across Nova Scotia there.
Huh.
Following the coastline around. It's just gorgeous.
Huh.
And they have great campgrounds.
Yeah, they want to know if I'm sick. Yeah, I've been
Jesus.
sick probably a good month now.
Been hanging on.
Yeah, a little bit over a month. The last 2 days I have felt a lot better. My energy's coming back, but
I don't think it was COVID.
we don't know if it was
I
COVID
tested
or not.
for COVID, and I had basically the same thing Joey's got.
Yeah, Donnie had
I
it for about a
tested
week.
negative.
You're feeling better though now.
Yeah, I feel a lot better. Yeah.
They want to know if we're gonna skip our annual canoe trip.
Oh, I hate to say it, but we are. Hate to say it, because I
Yeah.
love that trip.
Yeah, it's only gonna make it better the next time we go.
Yeah.
But I do promise you we're gonna have a lot more adventures from this one. Donnie's the boss. Donnie's the foreman on this trip right here that we're going on. So if he says, hey, we're gonna go partridge hunting today, or we're gonna take a moose ride, or let's go look at the Allagash, or whatever, we're gonna just drop our hammers and go. So we're gonna get some adventures in this trip. Might not be canoe based, but you never know. We might go out while everybody else is chasing moose around, and we might go help them.
Yeah.
See if we can get involved in a moose hunt.
I think we're going to be pretty busy where we are, because we do want to get it framed in, and snow could happen early up there.
Yeah.
So, but we definitely are going to go bird hunting in October.
Yeah.
That's a favorite thing to do.
We're not bringing up any food. We're only bringing up shotgun shells and garlic.
And you can't eat on those too long.
No, garlic and corn. They want to write you in for president, Donnie. Maybe I could be his VP.
Boy, I could get into politics, but I'm not going to, because
Yeah.
it's not a smart thing to do.
No. But we got another viewer watching from Harrison, Maine. Andrew Harris wants to know the thoughts on Eskimo's new products for this year. So, pretty extensive list. Pretty extensive list of new products. I'm pumped about it. I'm excited to try that new auger. Although that new Ion I was running last year and the year before, even the lower.
You said they bought out.
They bought out Jiffy. Yep, they did buy out Jiffy too. I hope that's public news. I don't know. Craig said, is Donnie going to take a break up there to find some hugs from the ladies? He will. If you guys were watching. Oh, actually, I haven't even posted that one yet. Well, yeah, wait till you see the next episode. Yep, from the trip up north, the last day.
You haven't posted that.
No, I haven't even finished editing it yet. But the
Oh,
last
wow,
day,
that's
wait
good-
till you
good
see.
one. You got to get that one on.
I've been trying. I get about a half hour in the editing room at night,
Huh.
and it's like 11:30 at night, and I'm just my
Beat.
head starts doing this. It's not
Yeah.
because the stuff isn't interesting. It's just beat down,
Well,
tired.
you got to, viewer, you got to wait on that one.
Yeah, that is coming up. So, good call on that. You called it just right, actually. Yeah, you're gonna see Donnie getting North Main Woods hugs from the ladies up there. Yeah. So, what else we got going here? Any other questions, guys? Donnie needs to make sure he brings stuff to make his donuts. You guys are
Well,
you're right on top of the channel right now because
I got all of. I made donuts. What about a week and a half ago
Yeah.
when we were up?
yep,
And,
Sunday morning.
Huh?
Sunday morning.
Sunday, yeah.
Yep, this last Sunday he did.
Yeah.
He made donuts, and I'm going to tell you guys this, and this is no word of a lie. They were the best Donnie's donuts I've ever had, and I've
Well-
had a lot of Donnie's donuts. And I don't know what it was, if it was the maple syrup or
Yeah, I think probably it might have been the maple.
Holy.
I added a little pure maple syrup in there, some that I had.
Wow.
you
But
know,
it was
I got
like-
a few maple trees around
it was
here.
like perfectly crispy on the outside
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable,
You
best
gotta
I've ever
use-
had.
You got to use lard when you fry a donut. There's
Oh,
no
yeah.
better
Yeah.
product to use.
Yeah.
Vegetable oil just doesn't cut it for me.
No, I'm all set with that.
Lard makes it really crispy on the outside.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I think the maple flavor, along with the cinnamon and nutmeg that I put in, kind of
Yeah.
spiced it up a
It
little.
was the best I've ever had. They said that you need to set up a donut booth when we're in St. Paul at the Minnesota Ice Fishing Show. I bet you.
Oh,
I can't
I
even-
don't think I could keep up with it. I know.
I don't think
couldn't.
you can keep up with it.
No, I
It
couldn't.
would be funny though if we dragged the Coleman stove
I
out.
know it.
We're gonna have all the stuff anyway, because we're gonna be doing. If we end up fishing for a couple days and invite everybody out, then you'll see, he is gonna do donuts one day. Yep.
I'm gonna try.
Yep. Somebody just said that lard strengthens the heart. It's health food. And I
Oh.
can't argue with it.
No,
Yeah. I mean,
they always said it clogged your arteries, you know.
Yeah.
But my grandfather, who lived to be a little over 90, had more lard in his body. I think over the years, he was a country farmer.
yep.
Grew up on a farm, ran one his whole life. Always had biscuits, always had donuts. I mean,
Cooked everything in it, right?
yeah, and that's what they used for like Crisco. They used lard instead of Crisco
Yeah.
when they were making like biscuits and
Yeah.
so forth. So yeah, and he lived to be well over 90. So I think it's you know, genetic. A lot of that stuff is genetic. You know, in the longevity of life, but you know, lard certainly didn't hamper him too much.
You had a couple live pretty old in your family, didn't you?
Yeah, my grandmother on my father's side lived to be 102.
102.
My mother lived to be, she just passed away this summer. She was 105.
105 is mom, and she cooked with lard all the time.
Yeah, in her earlier days. Yeah, she always made, oh, she was a great cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, super cook.
And Donnie taught me, this is a little tip or trick that I didn't know anything about till Donnie taught me this. This is an old Maine thing. Is I like making popcorn. I like making popcorn in like a kettle
Yeah.
on the stove, and I'd always just throw in some oil. But Donnie taught me, here's the secret to throw in.
Yeah, this was taught to me by my grandfather who lived to be over 90. He always put in, he saved, when he cooked bacon, he always saved bacon fat. And he would, instead of putting like a vegetable oil or an oil in, or peanut oil or whatever you use to pop popcorn in, he would always put in bacon fat. And that would give it a great
Oh
flavor.
my God, it's so good, guys. It is so good. It blew my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll thank me, and you'll thank Donnie, and you'll
Yeah,
thank
if you
Donnie's
wanna
grandfather.
Try something special. If
Yep.
you cook popcorn over a stove,
Yep.
put in some bacon.
Yeah, because
fat.
most people save the bacon grease and the
Yeah.
bacon fat anyway
Yeah,
in a jar.
yeah,
Or at least in Maine, everybody's got a jar by their sink.
right.
You
Yeah,
know, full
we
of.
always did.
Everybody does. Yeah, and then you put that in the pan or the pot and throw in some kernels, and you won't believe how good that popcorn is.
Oh, it's great.
You gotta try it. I'm gonna tell you guys. You're gonna thank me. You're gonna thank Donnie. Then you're gonna thank his grandfather because it is good. Yep. Maple syrup on the kettle corn too. We do
that
not
would
have
be
bacon
good.
ice
I've
cream.
never done that, but
I bet you that'd be good.
I bet it would. Yeah.
Yep. How's your maple syrup supply holding up?
I got 3 more quarts left.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got 3 quarts. We'll bring them up north and we'll do some eating and cooking on them. So yeah, we're not gonna get crazy cooking on this next trip like we usually do. We're gonna try to do some quicker, easier breakfasts and lunches.
It takes a little time, you know. For supper, we'll have
Yeah.
a decent meal, but it takes a lot of time to
Yeah.
cook and then clean up and then
Yeah.
get to work. And we're on a mission to get to work.
Yeah.
So
So we're gonna hammer on peanut butter jelly sandwiches. Can't beat it for lunch. Breakfast we'll do something simple, and then dinner we'll do it up for dinner.
yeah,
Yeah, and then I think you're gonna like our setup. We're gonna bring the big tent up with a wood stove and bring a couple extra beds for when Stevie comes up, or if we're fortunate enough and Brandon and the boys come back up to help hang rafters.
what I'll do is,
Might even get a
I'll
special guest appearance by Pat.
oh boy, if this character Pat, who is a friend, if he comes, he snores like you would not believe. He sounds like a wounded bear. I mean, he fights all night with himself.
Poor guy.
And so we got to put him in a separate building. We just can't have him in the tent with us.
No, I'm gonna put him in the tent with you. And then I'm gonna go sleep in my truck.
in my little tent. I'm not
A
sleeping.
mile down the road.
Yeah.
He's self-conscious about it, so don't make fun of him. He said.
We're not making fun of him, but it's just a fact of nature that he
He's probably the worst snorer in the world.
oh my word.
But he's got one of them CPAP machines that he plugs in, as long as he's got battery. And then he's not bad. Then he gets a night's sleep. Poor guy.
Oh man, I've seen him without that machine on.
It was bad.
He is just fighting himself.
Yeah. But we're gonna set up a pretty cool place. Yeah, it is. It's called sleep apnea. That's what Pat's got.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll set it up pretty nice. Today we're gonna buggy on out of here once we tie the mill down, and we're gonna start to pack the trailer even more. Yesterday we packed our windows and our doors,
Yeah.
and I started on the tools. I got a list. We each have a list about that long of stuff we want to bring up, because you can't just run to the hardware store when you're up in the wilderness. So we've been thinking for months on what we're gonna forget, and hopefully we got it all. But we're gonna pack the trailer as much as we can today, and then tomorrow we got to go shopping, both for groceries and for some more tools. I want to add some more tools to the repertoire, and we got to get some screws and some nails and just various stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, geez, then we're gonna head her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sunday we might mill a little bit. If you guys like these live shows, let us know.
Yeah, if we can. We obviously got to mill
Yeah.
Sunday because we need one more 6x6 and some
Yeah.
more 2x8 for rafters. So
Yeah.
those are pretty essential.
And then Sunday morning, I got to do that alignment on my truck, and then I'll be milling the rest of the day. Monday afternoon, we're going to be loading up the lumber truck, and we're going to load it as much as we can put on there. Hopefully we can get everything in one trip. And then Tuesday we're heading there with the lumber truck in following us. And you know, it's $100 an hour to get them to go up there, you know, round trip. I think it's
Well
worth every
the
penny.
money.
Worth every penny, because we got to get this up there somehow. And Donnie lost his magic wand a couple of years ago, so there's no other way other than bull grunt and ignorance.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. My truck's getting a little tired. It's It's nearing 350,000 miles on it. And that last trip was pretty hard on it at the gravel pits.
You better fly to Minnesota when you go to Minnesota.
No, we're driving.
Oh man.
Yeah, you can fly, but I'm gonna drive.
I'm not gonna fly.
I'm gonna tow my snowmobile and tow all the gear.
You're taking your sled out?
Yeah, all the gear for us to sleep on the ice.
Oh.
I'll bring all the fishing gear. We'll bring a tent. We'll bring.
So is that where we're gonna set up? Is there water right near where the
Yeah,
convention is?
they got what they call 10,000 lakes in Minnesota's, but
Their lakes are like frog ponds.
yeah, they call everything a lake. It's hilarious to me. I spilled a cup of water walking back to the truck one time, and somebody came up and renamed it a lake. Lake Joa Spillatonka. That's how they name their lakes in Minnesota. Yeah, and it froze up, and people were skating on it.
We're not making fun of you Minnesotans.
No, we're not.
Not at all, but it is a different, you know,
it's
a
funny.
lake up here is a huge body of water.
Yeah, a lake up here is 13, 14, 15 miles long and a couple miles wide.
Yeah.
We got 30,000 lakes, rivers, and streams in Maine. 33,000. And I think Minnesota's got the land of 10,000 lakes. Yeah,
Right.
Brian from Minnesota just said, "Don't worry, we chuckle about it too." I was just shocked at, but yeah. So they got Lake of the Woods, right? You guys got lakes that dwarf ours. I mean, Mille Lacs is a huge lake. They got lakes you can't even see the other side. Like I guess is it Rainy, or Rend, or Red Lake? They got 5 or 6 big boys.
Yeah.
But then they call everything else. If there's a frog in it, it's a lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leech Lake. Yeah, that's the other big one. And then we're hoping Red freezes up early, that big mud hole. I've never had a chance to fish it, but I was talking with my buddy Nick the other day, and he said that's a really good early one. I remember last year, I just made it to Minnesota, and it came on the news that a chunk of ice broke away on Red Lake, and it was a Monday, and 300 people were stranded from shore. Yeah, and I was like, oh, they said Wisconsin's got 15,000 lakes, including frog ponds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, so we're gonna find somewhere to fish. We'll find some ice somewhere, even if we have to bring it from Maine. But yeah, so when that ice broke free, it just baffled me, one, that they had ice already on a big lake like that, but two, that they had 300 people out there on a Monday fishing. Because, I mean, in Maine, we don't get that. You go ice fishing, you get the whole lake to yourself.
How the thunder are we going to get a fishing license?
Oh, we'll get a fish. I don't know if you have to get one. Do you have to get one if you're over 80 years old in Minnesota? I remember last year I got one, and I had to call some hotline to get it. And I was on the phone and pushing buttons, and it was just a mess, but I ended up getting one.
Do they have like 3-day licenses like Maine does? And
I bought a season one. Yeah. It wasn't too bad of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't really stick it to the out-of-staters there too bad. But yeah.
Huh.
But I can see I got some Minnesota and Wisconsin people talking.
Well, we got them riled up
there's
out there.
There's a little bit of a rivalry, Donnie, between Minnesota and Wisconsin. I'm kind of learning it, and I'm not going to take a side because I like both.
No, it's like talking politics.
I'm going to be Switzerland by the end of this thing. I'm going to be right in the middle, but the trouble is I love everybody from Wisconsin that I've ever met.
Yeah.
And I love everybody from Minnesota that I've ever met.
Yeah.
Oh, they're saying they just ignore the cheese heads. Yeah. But I don't know. I haven't really been following the NFL lately. Who was that one? Green Bay or Minnesota?
Boy.
Seems like two good
I
teams.
think Minnesota's gonna.
Yeah, we've had such a dynasty here in Maine, in New England. I mean, for so many years, we didn't really consider the other teams professional.
Right. Yeah.
We
Patriots.
we just had the Patriots, and everybody else was kind of minor league.
Drew there and.
Yep. For a dynasty, but now I think we're going to suffer a little bit. And Belichick's getting old, but I don't watch a lot of football.
Yeah.
It said the Vikings are 0-2 against Green Bay.
Oh, no kidding.
That's what it says.
This is the year.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's true, but that's what it said on the feed.
Oh wow, well,
Yep.
they ought to know.
Yep.
Well, we got to get this thing buttoned up and
Yep.
out of here. I got to get down to the bank and get some money in before my
Yeah.
checks bounce.
Yeah, right.
And so it's been wicked good chatting with you people, and we'll be doing these live things. I guess he loves to do these live things.
Yeah, well, the
So
fans
we'll
like
be doing
it.
these some more, and
The subscribers like it.
yeah, it's nice to see the progress and so.
Yep.
So let's get the mill covered up and buttoned down, and
Yep.
say adios to you viewers, and we'll be seeing you in a day or two.
All right, guys. I know you're just tuning in. We got a couple guys tuned in. We're going to close this baby down. We're going to get ready for the hurricane. We'll give you an update tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know if you're going shopping with me tomorrow or not to the big city.
I'll let you know in the morning.
If Donnie and I end up going to Disgusta together, that's the big capital city in Maine, to the big city.
Disgusting,
It's called Disgusta, Maine.
For a capital city, I don't think it's a
No.
very good one.
No, it ain't too awful bad. It's
They've lost their downtown area, which used to be a highlight when I was a kid, to go to Augusta.
yeah.
And that, when the malls came in, that all changed, and so it's kind of the downtown is pretty dead.
Yeah. It ain't much.
It isn't much.
It's one of the weakest capitals I've ever been to.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Although, I went through Montpelier and
Vermont.
and
Yeah.
I didn't think that was too.
There wasn't a
great
lot going
capital.
on there.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. I stayed in an old hotel there one time.
Did you?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Bobby and I and the two kids,
Yeah.
and we went to Burlington, Vermont, and it happened to be graduation weekend. We could not find a room anywhere in Burlington. We went to the Shelburne Museum and so forth, and we had to drive back to Montpelier to find a place, and we stayed right downtown in an old hotel. I swear, at least the third or fourth floor, in a little small room, a single bed in it. It was the only room we could get, and we all slept in that bed. It was quite something.
Well, I gotta tell you, that reminds me of, while you guys are on here, one of the coolest places I ever stayed on the road was when I was visiting. So you guys know me, I'm from Jefferson, Maine. One day I was just kind of curious because I'd heard about other Jeffersons. I said, I wonder how many Jeffersons are out there. A lot of towns, a lot of states had statehood after Thomas Jefferson, named it after Jefferson. So there was 28. So I said, well, I'm gonna go visit them. So I threw my sleeping bag in the truck, shotgun, a couple other things, went for a ride one winter, went to all the Jeffersons. And the first one I stopped at was Jefferson, New York. And I met this group of guys that were awesome. They were in the fire department, and we were, I don't know how, but at about 2 a.m, we were in the fire trucks with the lights going on and all.
Kidding.
Yeah, in the fire department. And then we were in a bar, like an inn or a bar or something, right in downtown Jefferson, New York. And they said, yeah, we got a room upstairs if you want to stay. So I stayed in this room above the bar in New York, in Jefferson, New York, and it was something else. There was some history there. Yeah. A lot of, I think, women of the night frequenting that place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stayed in a similar place. I think it was Belfast, New York.
Yeah.
And we stayed over, and it was in a bar with the rooms up overhead.
Yeah.
And they said, well, the only room we got is we call it the honeymoon suite.
That's the same thing for me.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the honeymoon suite, but it weren't much of
the
a.
same.
Well, I was in Jefferson, but
Okay. Well,
maybe all the towns got the same blueprint.
This was in Belfast, New York.
Huh.
Yeah.
But it weren't much of a honeymoon suite.
And all the racket downstairs in the bar. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite.
I've
had a few experiences like that.
Yeah, it's funny.
Which is kind of fun, actually.
I love it.
Yeah.
But I met a trapper in that bar, and I think for the next 2 days I ran his trap line with him.
No kidding.
Yeah, we went and trapped beaver and coyote and coon and fox.
Oh, wow.
And it was pretty fun. It was a
Yeah.
good trap line. Real
Yeah.
cool guy.
Ah, nice.
Yep. So his wife's dad lives in Jefferson, New Hampshire. Yeah.
Huh.
Yep. But they want a quick look at the wasp nest. The guys that just
Oh,
tuned in. So we're going to show you guys a wasp nest. We'll give you a wasp nest update. I have not run into it with a drone yet, but I'm thinking about pissing them off a little bit and flying the drone into it. Might as well, right?
no,
Might as well get these guys upset.
don't do it.
There's nobody at the door, right? Oh, there's one walking around the top of it. See him? They're building onto this nest. Wicked. I don't see any at the door. I could probably stick my finger in there now, Donnie. I don't see any in them. Oh, one just come out. No, Jesus, Donnie. Don't do that.
Want me to hit it?
No. Get out of there. Jeez, this could get ugly.
All right.
No, they don't want you to hit it online.
Okay.
Well, they're laughing at you, Donnie. With you. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. As always, really appreciate all the support. I really appreciate all the love and support you guys show to Donnie, too. He truly enjoys it. And we're going to give him the drone treatment. I'll video that if I do it. But I'll do it from the truck pretty far away.
What, well, they can watch this whole video that we just did later, right? It comes
Yeah, oh
out-
yeah. Yeah, they can watch this anytime.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So you want to say hi to
I-
anybody?
I say, I don't know anything about that little device that we're talking on, so.
Yeah, you just be yourself and I'll do the rest.
Yeah, you do all of
Yeah, so if you want to say hello to anybody, Donnie, feel free.
Oh, I'd like to say hello to my friends up on Campobello Island.
Yep.
Stephanie and Brent, Bertha. Oh my gosh, I got so many up there. So Bob Storm, you know. So hi to you guys. Hope you're doing good. I'm gonna try to get up there sometime. You know,
This
I
winter.
don't know exactly when now with this building project.
He'll be up by winter. Awesome, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the support. We're gonna X out of this and get back to work. We got a lot of work to do to bring you guys some more good footage. So here we go.